primary special for District 24, Congressional District 24, U.S. 24. First off is a Republican candidate by the name of Craig Miller. He's pro Second Amendment, as it states, and in his statements says that he's pro-life. He's against the current health care bill. Doesn't really give a plan on how to reform that. He likes the Arizona immigration law. He supports maintaining the Space Center. He's concerned about jobs out there. He's advocating for a low business tax rate, the corporate income tax rate. But also what concerns me is that he's playing into the false left-right paradigm about Obama supposedly closing Gitmo, which he has not, which Obama isn't planning on it, trust me. And he strongly opposes unions. Next on the list is Dion Long. He's a lawyer. He advocates for pro-life. He's common sense on crime. He's not in favor for expanding education. He wants to privatize Social Security. He's not in favor for labor unions. However, he does support federal fund for job training. He says no to line item vetoes, but yet at the same time he says yes to signing statements, which are more or less the same thing. He supports Congress term limits. He doesn't support cap and trade. He says we should go for nuclear power, 100% pro Second Amendment. He's in favor of all the international stuff we're doing with our military, except for he wants to get out of Iraq. He wants to end affirmative action. He wants to get rid of the health insurance reform bill. He supports the Arizona immigration law. He wants to cut spending on international aid, more or less maintain the same amount of military spending. He wants to eliminate all federal taxes and replace with a national sales tax, or fair tax, as they call it. He wants a balanced budget amendment, and that is Dion Long. Next up for the Republican nomination is Karen Diebel. Now, she does support the Second Amendment, but she's in favor of the SAVE Act when it comes to border protection policy. Yes, E-Verify. Yes, that is pretty much electronic ID form of work ID. It's pretty much a work ID, electronic work ID. And by that means, because of Big Brother support, full Big Brother support, I'm a disqualifier. If you want to find out more, go to votesmart.org. Anyways, Senator Sandy Adams, State Senator Sandy Adams, she's pro-life, good voting record for that. She did vote to appropriate $60 million for new sports stadiums, the state money. But other than that, she voted no for allowing universities to increase tuition fees. She gets a high rating for business groups such as the Chamber of Commerce and whatnot. She's got an A+ rating by the NRA and 100% from Gun Owners of America. She got a low rating from environmental activist groups, high rating from Transportation Building Bureau. She's very troubled by the Space Center layoffs and recognizes the convenience technologies that we have originated from there. She wants a balanced budget, and she wants a balanced budget amendment passed, and that she also has gotten a high rate from the Christian Coalition over the years. So all in all, Sandy Adams ain't bad. The last candidate for the bid for the Republican nomination is former naval commander and pilot Tom Garcia. Tom Garcia would like to audit the Federal Reserve, and he points out the fact that our share of the national debt per citizen is over $100,000 apiece. He wants the government to stay out of our schools, the federal government, that is, and he supports legislation that'll give a $5,000 tax credit for parents of K through 5 and a $3,000 tax credit for teachers likewise. He wants to get rid of the health insurance reform bill and would like to start out with a interstate commerce of insurance plans. Yep, that sounds simple enough. He's pro-life into the fact that he's really determined to overturn Roe versus Wade. When it comes to taxes, he's in favor of a fair tax. And he's angry about Obama trying to get rid of our nukes. And he's like many of us who agree that a country without a nuke is like a man without a gun, the Old West. He likes the Arizona-style immigration law. And he's very troubled by the Space Center with their layoffs for the Space Coast. So the fact that he wants to audit the Fed, I think that it might not be a bad idea to give Tom Garcia a shot, wouldn't you think? Then there's Democrat Paul Parteka, pro-choice liberal. He's in favor of federally funding abortions. He's definitely not in favor of privatizing Social Security. He says yes to a line item veto and no to signing statements. Once again, there's not much of a difference. He says yes to capital punishment. He's for a federal program for K through 12. I guess he likes No Child Left Behind. He's in favor of cap and trade. However, he does like the idea of nuclear power and says no to drilling. He says yes to assault weapons ban, but says he's pro-Second Amendment. He wants to withdraw from Afghanistan and Iraq. However, he's in favor with the president being on board with striking Iran or Pakistan. He wants to keep affirmative action in place. He supports the health insurance reform bill. He says there should be a path to citizenship for illegal immigrants. He wants to maintain status for military spending, yet he also wants to decrease Homeland Security spending. He wants to increase research spending for science and medical research. He wants to maintain most of social spending. He's a big proponent of the progressive tax, yet he does want to cut the capital gains tax a bit. And that is Paul Parteka for you. Then there's the incumbent, Democrat Suzanne Cosmas, who voted yes on cap and trade, also voted for a bill that supersedes Indian reservation laws. She also voted to increase spending for Intel, especially Homeland Security, with a $672.81 million. Yes, the tyranny of the Homeland Security, the DHS, that calls you right-wing extremists and suspects you of being a terrorist. She said yes to the omnibus and voted for the stimulus. Overall, her voting record so far in Congress has been atrocious, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. So all in all, what we could gather from this, you live in District 24, if I was Republican, I'd vote for Tom Garcia, although Sandy Adams doesn't seem too bad either. But I'd vote for Tom Garcia, because we want to know where our money went, and we want to know now. And if I was Democrat, which, that's a laugh, I'd probably vote for that Parteka guy just to get rid of Suzanne Cosmas, just to end her political career, just kill it. Not that Parteka might be any better. But anyways, all in all, good luck, guys. Happy primary day. And remember to vote tomorrow.
Listen, I'm proud to be a Florida native. We got our own sound and culture down here in Florida. This is not New York. It's not California. It's not Chicago. This isn't even the South. It's the deep South. If you're here to make a quick buck and exploit us, you just need to get out if you don't like it. You can take I-95, I-75, US 1, US 27, US 19, 41, 441, 301, 17, 92 north, and get out. You can go jump in the water that's all around us. You can even take a plane. Come back anytime, got plenty of hotels. If you can't take the muck, then get out of the swamp.